Hi, welcome to this video. Today we'll try to diagnose an A2159 MacBook Pro, which does absolutely nothing. You press the button, nothing happens. Caps lock, nothing. When we plug the charger into the first port, it stays on 5 volts, 140 milliamps. And if we move it to the other port, five volts, 330 milliamps. We connect the charger through the USB-C monitor and we observe that it remains stuck on 5 volts. And if we press the power button, absolutely nothing happens. Now let's reverse the port, see if the other port behaves any different. Same story, 5 volts, and the power button does nothing. But now we do see that it gave a little blink on the green LED. So the Mac disconnected from the charger went off, and then it came back on. The time between the off blinks is 13 seconds. So that means something. Now we've opened up the machine and this is what it looks like on the inside. We disconnect the battery and now we connect our battery simulator. Unscrew the screw on the power thingy. Mount the battery simulator and put the screw back in. And we connect the little flex. Okay, the power supply is set to 13 volts with a current limit of more than 3 amps, so that should be good enough. Now we connect the power supply to the battery simulator. And as you see, the whole thing wakes up. The SMC light blinks, which means that the computer is actually talking to the battery. The ISL LED shows up, indicating that the battery simulator sees the ISL chip, i.e. the charging chip on the Mac motherboard. So that is working and talking to us. And the bottom left green LED shows that the always on 3.3 volt line is working in the machine as well. So the machine seems to be working, or at least it's talking to the battery simulator. Let's now try and turn the machine on and see what happens. Oh. It powers on immediately. And yet the USB-C tester shows nothing. Let's try the other port. Also nothing. But the machine itself is working. So this implies that the Mac as a Mac is just fine. It is only the USB-C ports that are not working. So one of the two CD32s is going to be dead, and we should be able to deduce which one is dead from the behavior we saw initially, where the one port was blinking on the charger and the other one wasn't. Today you saw that the battery simulator can be a very useful tool. You can either use it as a replacement for a spare battery. In case you think that a battery is bad, you can connect this and see if that makes the Mac happy. But you can also connect it, like we did today, for diagnosing and for powering the Mac through the back door, so to say. The battery simulator with the power supply connected works like an infinitely full battery. And you separate the machine into the computer half and the charging half. And in this case, the computer half was fine and the problem was solely in the charging part. In a computer, the computer or the SMC part of the T2 chip or the SMC part of the M chip speaks to the battery on an I2C bus. The blue SMC LED indicates that there's communication going on, so that implies that the SMC is working. So the computer is at least not very dead. At the same time, the battery simulator itself speaks on the same I2C bus back to the computer, and it tries to say hello to the ISL charging chip, and it tries to say hello to the PMIC chip in case there is one. If those chips reply, then it will light the appropriate ISL LED on the battery simulator, and if the PMIC answers back, it will light the PMIC LED on the battery simulator. Depending on the model, the PMIC LED might not do anything. Not all PMICs answer back. But in all situations, the LEDs that do or do not light up will give you a lot of information about what is happening with relatively little effort. I hope you now understand that the battery simulator is a very useful tool that does a lot more than just acting like a spare battery. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you learned something. Please visit our website www.CMIzapper.com and see you in the next video.